The 13 best things to order at a Mexican restaurant, according to Nutritionists. A giant plate of cheese-smothered nachos topped off with sour cream, refried beans, enchilada sauce, and globs of guacamole is sexy, sure, but you may not feel so hot a few hours after eating it. The sad truth, many dishes at Mexican restaurants are packed with hundreds of extra calories, nearly all coming from saturated fat, which can leave you feeling bloated and overly full like a double-stuffed burrito. Even simple, traditional meals, like tacos or an enchilada with beans and rice, can set you back 1,000 to 1,500 calories, not to mention the bloat-inducing sodium overload, says Sharon Palmer, RDN. Indeed, there are even bigger gut-busters on the menu, like giant quesadilla and nacho platters, which can rack up closer to 2,000 to 2,600 calories, eating the amount that a healthy, active person should consume in a whole day. But we'd rather drown in a vat of queso than suggest you skip out on margarita night altogether, so we asked our favorite RDS to share the healthier options they rely on when they dine at a Mexican restaurant. Follow their menu moves, and you can have your gack and eat it, too. Appetizer, starter salad. Any Mexican restaurant serves some sort of green salad, Mexican Caesar or a garden salad. Ask for the dressing on the side, and request a light sprinkling of cheese or other fatty toppings, such as bacon and fried tortilla strips. Just watch out for salads housed in fried shells. It can rack up just as many calories as those decadent meals you're avoiding. And either say no to the chip basket, or count out one serving about 10 to 15 tortilla chips. Sharon Palmer, RDN, the plant-powered dietitian and author of Plant-Powered for Life Appetizer. A cup of soup is a great source of vegetables and can be quite filling when combined with an a la carte item, like a grilled chicken taco. Stick to the broth-based soups, though, like albondigas or caldo de camarón. Creamy ones will have a heftier calorie load. Eric Coleman, a clinical nutritionist in San Diego. Appetizer, ceviche is a fresh, tangy, and light appetizer option that's usually made with a combination of shrimp, whitefish, and scallops. The dish is typically prepared with lemon and lime juice, as well as very small amounts of added oil, making it a fresh, low-calorie appetizer option. It also contains a nutritious mix of fresh vegetables, like tomatoes, peppers, cucumber, and onion. Rico Castillo, RD. For my Fit Foods appetizer, guacamole with a side of black beans. Like most Americans, if you place me in front of chips and salsa, I'm one happy camper. But it's easy to get carried away, and before you know it, you've eaten a meal's worth of chips before your main course even arrives. To temper the urge to overindulge, I almost always order a small side of guacamole, packed with filling healthy fats. Be sure to ask if the restaurant makes its guacamole with sour cream or mayonnaise, and avoid these unnecessary, calorie-laden ingredients if that's the case. I also order a small side of black beans. Fiber and protein fill me up so that I end up eating way fewer empty-calorie chips. My Isabella Chucker, RD, LMT, Santa Barbara-based dietitian. Main course, grilled fish. Typically order one of the grilled fish dishes on the menu as an entree, with a side of vegetables, rice, and beans. This meal ensures I get a portion of nutrient-rich veggies, and that my plate isn't loaded with high-calorie sour cream or cheese, which are found in most other Mexican entree dishes. Arn Lau, RD, CDE. At Joslin Diabetes Center in Boston. Main course, vegetable fajitas. Because I eat a plant-based diet, I order vegetable fajitas with cooked beans and corn tortillas. I request plain beans, black beans or pinto beans instead of the refried variety, which can be loaded with extra fat and sodium. I skip the fatty cheese and the white tortillas from processed wheat flour and opt for corn tortillas, instead, which are whole grain and more fiber-rich. I also ask for a serving of fresh salsa to add more flavor to my fajitas, and generally eat only about half the meal, and take the rest home for the next day. Sharon Palmer, RDN, the plant-powered dietitian and author of Plant-Powered for Life. Main course, 2 street-style tacos. Street-style tacos are a great choice because they're prepared with soft corn tortillas, grilled meat, and topped with fresh vegetables such as onions, tomatoes, and jalapenos. Because the tortillas aren't fried, they have less fat than hard-shell tacos, and corn tortillas also contain 3 times the amount of fiber as flour tortillas. Sometimes the tacos will come with 2 tortillas each, so you can ask the waiter to prepare them with just 1 to save calories. When picking your protein, choose beef, chicken, or fish that's grilled instead of pan-fried or sautéed in oil. Hint: look for words like a la parrilla or asada to find a grilled option. Rico Castillo, RD. For my Fit Foods main course, tostadas. Traditional tostadas consist of 1 or more lightly fried tortillas as a base, piled high with beans, shredded lettuce, cheese, some type of meat, vinaigrette dressing, and dollops of sour cream. To tweak mine for better health, I always request that the beans be made as vegetarian beans, so I know they haven't been cooked in lard. At many Mexican restaurants and ask that the dressing be served on the side. Finally, I always request that grilled veggies be added to the tostada to make sure I'm meeting my recommended daily servings of produce. Unfortunately, most Mexican restaurants use iceberg lettuce in their dishes, which has virtually no nutritional value, so adding additional veggies is always a good call. My Isabella Chucker, RD, LMT, Santa Barbara-based dietitian dessert, churros are one of my all-time favorite Mexican desserts, but they come with a hefty calorie tag. If I do decide to order dessert, then I'll split the dish with the entire table. Usually all I need is 1 to 2 bites to help satisfy my sweet tooth. Obi Amador, RD, nutrition expert and author of the Greek yogurt kitchen dessert, flan. The lightest of the bunch is a classic flan, which has about 225 calories in a half cup. If you really need a sweet bite at the end of the meal, avoid the over-the-top desserts and fried sweets, and stick with a small serving of something simple. And don't be afraid to share it. Haron Palmer, RDN, the plant-powered dietitian and author of Plant Powered for Life from the Bar, Skinny Margarita. His can be interpreted differently by various bartenders, but it's basically tequila with lots of lime juice and a bit of simple syrup. A typical margarita is made with sugar-rich margarita mix, which can make your cocktail easily weigh in at 500 calories or more for a large one. A skinny margarita is about 150 calories for a small glass. Haron Palmer, RDN, the plant-powered dietitian and author of Plant Powered for Life from the Bar, light Mexican beer tend to stick with Mexican beer for about 150 calories each. Hey, if I'm going to have Mexican fare, I want the Mexican beer to go with it, so I like Dos Equis or Corona with a slice of lemon or lime. Obi Amador, RD, nutrition expert and author of the Greek yogurt kitchen from the Bar, wine or sangria. No, margaritas are the go-to Mexican drink, but a single margarita can add hundreds of calories and a lot of sugar. I would opt for a simple table wine, preferably red, as it has less sugar. If you're craving something a little more festive, sangria can be a great option. Just make sure that they don't add extra juice and/or sugar to the mix. Tara Coleman, a clinical nutritionist in San Diego,